Evaluate this integral with the trapezium rule using 4 intervals to 3 decimal places. We first want to work out h. So here h equals b minus a over n. Here's b, here's a. So the difference is clearly just pi over 3, isn't it? So let's write that down straight away. The number of intervals n is 4. Pi over 3 over 4 is pi over 12. So that's our value for h, pi over 12. Our ordinates, 4 intervals, so we have 5 ordinates. So if we start from x0 as is customary, we can write them all 5 down here. x0 to x4, and then the 0 one is the pi over 3, but we're dealing in increments of pi over 12. So let's write that pi over 3 in the equivalent fraction form of 4 pi over 12, isn't it? That's pi over 3. Then increment by pi over 12 each time. And the last value, 8 pi over 12, corresponds to the 2 pi over 3. So there's our x ordinates. Now we need the y ordinates. y1, y2, y3 and y4. So what do they equal then? Well, this would be the square root of sine 0. Sine 0 is, pi over 4, isn't it? Getting carried away here. Pi over 4, pi over 3. Okay, so let's just, I'm going to label that f of x just to save a bit of time. So this will be f of 4 pi over 12. And this will be f of 5 pi over 12. 6. And then 7. And lastly, we need to work out the 8 pi over 12 value. So let's put them in. We need an answer to 3dp, so if we work to 5dp in the workings, it should leave a sufficient margin of error. So it's a square root. We're in radians mode of sine, and it's the first one is 4 pi over 12, so it's 4 times pi divided by 12. 93060, 0.93060. So I put it here, squeeze it in here, 93060. The next one is 5, so let's put that in. 98282, 98282, isn't it? 0.98282. Then we put 6 in, change the 5 to a 6 then. 1, that's good news. Now we put 7 in. Nine eight two eight two. 0.98282 again. And then 8 pi over 12. And we get 93060, which is what we had at the outset. 0.93060. There we go. So our interval value according to the trapezium rule, here it is here, h over 2. Pi over 12 over 2 is pi over 24, so let's put that down. The first and the last values added together, so that will be, this and that are the same, so it's just 2 times 0.93060 plus 2 lots of, and then what have we got here? We got, well, let's just work out that number in the calculator, close the bracket, and then we can put the final answer. So let's work out the middle terms and see it's 2 times all the middle terms. Here are the middle terms, there's 3 of them to add together. So what have we got? We've got 0.98282 twice, so I'll write 2 times. Plus 1. Work out that number, it's 2.96564. 2.96564. Now we can work out the final answer. Times this number by 2 then. Times by 2. We get this number here. And then plus 2 times 0.93060. 93060. We get this number, this is the whole number in the bracket here, times by pi divided by 24. So times by pi. and then divide that number by 24. 1.020 to 3dp. 1.020. 1.020, and that was the 3 decimal places.